What's going on, everybody? This is Jake and I'm back again here with another video. Today we are diving into upgraded parts on the N54. I went ahead and installed a Vrsf downpipes, catless downpipes, and their raced full back exhaust. So essentially it's straight piped with the catless downpipes. And we're gonna go ahead and log the car today, give you impressions and reviews and whether or not you should pick this up or purchase these items from Vrsf. Now, a quick overview of the car. All major gaskets, fluids have been flushed and changed. So that's the transmission, engine, all the gaskets pertaining to those parts have all been changed out, meaning that this is the best time to start modding the car. If you don't have these things complete, I highly recommend that you service your car, replace your solenoids in your transmission before you start throwing power at this car, as it will just lead to more problems down the road. Quick side note, I do understand that this is looking foggy. I've got to go in and replace the sealing on that. This one came out decent, came out all right. That one obviously needs to get fixed. Now, as far as what's underneath the hood, currently I'm not running the cowl cover just because I've been in and out of the car quite a bit. I've got just the dual cone intakes. I've got an upgraded charge pipe with the HKS blow-off valve, and I am running the upgraded NGK spark plug. I've also gone ahead and replaced this gasket here. Mine was leaking a little bit. This is an aftermarket piece that link will be down in the description if you want to check that out. This is a common failure for these cars as well, especially with the higher mileage. I'm currently at about 83,000 miles on this car, and I am the second owner of it. Another thing to take note as well, make sure to check your vacuum lines before modding. You know, replacing these if they're starting to look a little feathered, go in and replace those. Now, with all that being said, this car has got a little dirt. This car is running amazingly now with the upgraded exhaust system and the catless downpipes. The car is hell of a lot louder, which some people may love, but if you live in, say like an apartment complex, obviously this is going to be a very loud car, something to consider before purchasing. They do make alternatives for like a muffler option. But again, it's still going to be pretty loud. Car is extremely loud on startup. At idle, it does simmer down quite a bit. I do have a straight piped 328i, and with the 328i, it's just a resonator and a muffler delete, so it still has the original cats in there. It mimics the idle sound of the 328 at idle. Again, once you're revving it up, it is going to be a lot louder. So my final thoughts on the exhaust, I will do a separate video, I think, for the tune and attach logs associated to the tune. But as far as the exhaust and headers go, I think this is a must. If you own an N54, obviously looking for power, these parts are needed in order to get those power numbers that you are looking for. But yeah, basically, if you are looking to upgrade your car, obviously want power, these are necessary parts. As far as the exhaust goes, because typically anybody's going to go with a catless downpipe if you're modding and upgrading. As far as the exhaust goes, it's a big win for me personally. I cruise around with my music blasted. I'm not worried about drone. And in the shots, you can tell, you know, how much drone is in the car. I had to kill the music, obviously, for copyright purposes. But if you know who you are as a person, are you going to be cruising around, windows down, music blasted? Is the drone really going to be that big of an issue? I would obviously say no. I've noticed in the first 300 miles that I put in on the car, the exhaust seemed to be a little bit louder, actually a bit louder from when I first got the exhaust till now. So the exhaust does seem has toned down a little bit as far as how loud it is. Now, to be fair, I was running the exhaust before and after the MHD Stage 1 tune. The car ran really rough before the tune. Was very confused as it was unsure because there was no back pressure from the cats or the exhaust, that the MHD Stage 1 tune really did help with the exhaust note and sound. It made a large impact on it. So if you're planning to do this, also keep in mind that you're going to have to spend basically it's the $300. Most people, when you're buying this, are going to want at least Stage 1. But basically, guys, get it in your car. You want this. If you're somebody who wants to be loud, obnoxious, young, yada, 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 get this tune. If you are someone who wants to be more discreet, wants to be a sleeper, or wants to stay more incognito mode type of style, then I would definitely not recommend this exhaust. For anybody who wants the crackles, pops, burbles, anything that's fun related with the car, and you have a second car or some other car that you can drive for your day job or just during the day, and I think that this is an amazing exhaust. I will say, however, when the car does get to about 3,500 RPMs, that is when you can start to hear this thing roar. It does get extremely loud. Anything above 3,500 RPMs, it gets increasingly loud beyond that. But if you're just in drive mode and letting the car do the shifting, or if you're a manual and you're keeping your RPMs below 3,500, just cruising around town, the car isn't more loud than my 328i that is got a resonator delete and a muffler delete. So that's something to keep in mind. Also, something else I forgot to mention while doing my closing remarks, the sound of the turbos is amazing through the exhaust. What you can hear is so much more noticeable, and it does make a large difference. I love to hear that sound. It's hard to explain. I can't really describe the sound. So it's something else to consider. Really gonna hear those turbos when you are skirting around. You're definitely gonna hear those turbos spooling. And it does sound amazing. And like that, guys, that's it with this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Feel free to smash that like button down below, and go ahead and feel free to subscribe on the road to hitting 5,000 subscribers. So it would mean the world if you just hit that subscribe button. But like that, I'll have more content here pretty soon in the near future. Feel free to look at my website, jnaedits.com, or follow me on Instagram at jnaedits. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll catch y'all on the flip.